program Good Morning Saloon for this week. We come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today now Wednesday, February 20th, 2019. And we will bring this program to you this Wednesday morning. My name Abdullah Blah.
And Mina Mabel Kaba. Good morning. Inside this edition of the program Good Morning Saloon, the first-time permanent secretary in the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, Sik Kapua, don't say, na instruction he been gets from the Emergency Operations Center, where Miata Kabo been there as chair, for by 20 ambulance them where the Ebola sick been in the country. The president for the parliamentary female caucus na the Salon Parliament, Honorable Veronica Kadisi don't say, one challenge where woman member of parliament then still they get, na the well of parliament, na intimidation where he say then company man MP them, can give them. And inside the program this morning, Radio Democracy will look how far the Independent Police Complaints Board don't go with the investigation about incidents will be happening at Mile 91 inside September last year. Also one person be end up die.
Well, this plus plenty others to read them, plus the Minister of Youth Affairs, Mohamed Oman Bangura, say the Sierra Leone Youth Entrepreneurship and Employment Project, now way for support technical and vocational training institution them, it go help empower and give young people them work in the country. Work about safety for you inside the program. Members say the listen we live on Radio Democracy 98.1 FM and online on www.radiodemocracy.sl with support from Musiwa and powered by AfriCell. You go be part of the program by way how we go send text message to the number 077 981 981. You see Musiwa the get we now with Facebook page Radio Democracy 98.1 FM, or you go na YouTube, or say you go view it live Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. But don't forget, as you go there, try for subscribe so that you continue for the Gateway Live. The program na Good Morning Saloon. And inside the program this morning, we want to welcome Amadou Femo Sise, we na communications officer, Independent Police Complaint Board, IPCB. Good morning and welcome to the program Good Morning Saloon.
Good morning and thank you for welcoming.
Okay, continue for the inside the program. They push the program go before.
The first issue we look at inside the program this morning, as way for make sure say then keep the environment safe and for make the environment protection agency don't decide for review the Rota Convention. Also then go look at different chemical law them we don't affect the country environment. This make the Assistant Deputy Director for Chemical Control and Management na the Environment Protection Agency, Aliu Dukre Jalo say the reason we made them decide for review these documents now for develop better action plan we go regulate chemical control na Salon. Aliu Dukre Jalo talk more about this story intern reporter Cherno Jalo.
This convention then call the Rotterdam Convention. This now a convention we been done day from 1989. They agree on this convention, and this convention after they don't agree, it become effective in 2004. So we in a Salon we become a party to this convention in 2016. Yeah, and this convention is there about for address issues that we get for do with the pesticides, the one that we use in our farm, our homes, then thing and also then chemical they use now the factory, the industry where they for them they use for the produce some things. And as we all know, then chemical there, even though we they use in our farmland, say we they use in our hose for dead mosquito, and also we they use in our industry for make one or two things, we also need to understand that in fact if we not use them well, then will also create a big problem.
So almost this workshop.
This workshop here now 4 days exercise with the beginning today up to Friday. When after Friday, we consultants we come, we experts we come from Nigeria, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Geneva, with the all dinner. We all go engage and say, okay, this is not the way we feel say we go do for support not only Salon but also the globe.
What do you expect for come out from this workshop?
Well, as I say, this particular workshop will lead we to several things. One, we go know what's in the existing situation. Then two, we will also agree for move forward. How we will move forward in this with all the MDAs. And then the other important aspect is for also that we partners there for let them understand, say, we require immense support from them, we actually look forward for let them provide. Because when they're at the ground, so themselves involved by the exercise, it's so easy for we for communicate to them, for let them know, say, yes, we were in Sierra Leone, we saw what's happened, and this now what we are trying for.
So we still talk about different conventions, the Stockholm Convention, the Rotterdam Convention, the other one. What's in this mean? Explain to people, for people not get the idea.
Well, then convention they promote chemicals management, but all man get in on side where they handle by chemicals management. Just like we get picking, you get in a belly, you get doctor they ready for belly woman. Where you born, you get doctor they ready for that young baby. Where you grow up as full grown, doctor they back for you. These are the things. So now the one whole life cycle then they watch. So one, then they look at the situation of the chemical itself. Yeah, now one by the convention and then they deal with. The other one, they look at the disposal. With this chemical you don't done in life. We think we go do them. Then other one, they look at how the movements, where they move from one country to the other. But they're all linked. So all the while, when we all join them together, we will all see what's in the current situation, and then we can see how to move forward.
So what's important now, what's in push now for going to the convention there?
Well, we know as an isolated country. We in a global community. So if something happened in Liberia today, say somebody or ship sink or to a chemical in the water, that effects will reach Salon. So it just like say you need for within that kind of club for CC Una all put hands together for promote the safe handling of them in there. Okay. So then one big one. Then also you for no say, as I say, we get also farmer there with the participate them boku would they use them pesticide there or not they know waiting anything. So it's also important also for with the
How exposed salon be to chemical hazard?
Well, we expose once we use them, you are exposed. Once we use chemicals, we are exposed. Because one, if the air where they breathe, it dirty, it affects the system automatically. Yeah, so we are exposed. And then if they do agriculture on a big scale like how they do and so, it means that we use chemicals, we are exposed. Then we insect control, then shell talks, and so we use now we house them all. These are chemicals we are exposed. So once you use them, we are exposed to it.
Okay. So what's going to be the role of EPA for CC to manage it from a chemical? People use and put money.
Well, EPA they promote coordination amongst all the players in the chemical world. We promote that kind of coordination, that synergy amongst ministries, so that we can work together whenever a chemical issue happens. We all join them together for. So essentially, we play that coordination role.
How about so ensure that this thing is sustainable?
Well, now they can get the national action plan. That particular plan we look at timelines and we also look at ownership, who that they own that particular activity and then also we can look at the respective sectors in that particular. So once we get that plan, now like a drive, now like a pathway to effective chemicals management.
Well, that's Ali Dukre Jallo. He been the talk another interview there with Cherno Jallo and the Assistant Deputy Director for Chemical Control Management na the Environment Protection Agency. They talk about the Rotterdam Convention where EPA they look inside now.
The program is still listening to na Good Morning Salon, and it come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Well, inside the studio we still get Amadou Femo Sise, in our Communications Officer, Independent Police Complaint Board. The Independent Police Complaint Board na a non-departmental body we established in 2013 by the Police Council under Section 158 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, and the function of the board they inside the Section 3, subsection 1 and 2 of the Independent Police Complaint Board Regulation 2013, and this gets for do with one within this board they do one. The board they investigates if somebody die where a day na police custody, if somebody die inside road accident where police vehicle they involved there, if shooting happen outside police officer go be part of the shooting, and other incident them we get for do it injury wound with somebody can wound, and we most of them say also if na police cause them, the board they investigate into then issue them yaso. And two, the board they advise the police force on the way them way incidents them they happen we involve police, and waiting the police for do as way for manage some of the incidents they also we can happen where police then can be part of. Well, we get Amadou Famosi say so for tell we more of them work them. But let we start first, Amadou. How the police independent complaint board done the carry on with them function them also as I give short intro as to within the board they do from where they set them up inside 2014.
Yeah, just like what you say, Section 3.1 give we the mandate and tell us the cases where we supposed for investigate. But basically, we role now for receive complaint and then investigate them and submit the report to the Director of Public Prosecutions. If the outcome is criminal, if misconduct, we send them to the Inspector General of Police for making discipline the police officers who are involved. So basically, the IPCB not get a mandate for implement your recommendations. Yeah. So I want to let people understand that. So then cases there, yes, we don't investigate case then, and we don't submit we conclusions to the DPP and the IG, and some other cases and they will be done they settle in-house. If, for example, somebody take your driving license from you, a lost some, you go complain to police officer there. Some police officers can decide instead of we go on with the investigation process and go say, okay, we'll go pay back for the license. Okay. Yeah, or something and go don't take something from you. Where the complaint we contact them, then go say, okay, well, we hand over the property back.
So waiting at the procedure for the person late police complaint to the IPCB?
Yeah, very simple. You know, when we start initially, we'll be the talk say that people begin fill form. But you see and say, according to statistics, a little over 60% of we salon people know they read and write. So we decide for like modify the process. So we say now, people can even lay complaint to the IPCB via phone. You can come on the IPCB. If you will read, you can write letter and send them to the chairman of the IPCB. We can receive them any method so far. And if you be say you don't get the opportunity for lay complaint for yourself, somebody else can able lay complaint on your behalf. For example, if you get people below the age of 18, you know, maybe you can lay complaint on behalf of that person. We receive them, and when we receive any case where they come up from the public, we can pass them to the complaint management team. So we get a subcommittee on complaint management with their own responsibility now for assess the case they are for CC if they fall under we mandate. If they not fall under we mandate, we can refer to the other institutions. We get a mandate for handle them case in there. We get the Human Rights Commission, for example. Anytime we get cases where involve serious human rights violations, we can send them to them for the handle. If not administrative business, we send them to the Ombudsman's office. And we get MOU with them two institutions there. Even National Commission for Democracy, we get MOU with them, and even Advocate, when a private NGO, we get MOU with the institution and they. So, when we don't do the assessment, if indeed it fall under your mandate, we send them to the Department of Investigations for make them carry out the investigation process. If you not fall under our mandates, if we send them out to ACC, for example, we tell you the complainant say, we don't send the complaint to ACC because you not fall under your mandate. And since not to everybody in this country know we say government institutions, and any case we cancel, we know they say no, not to your own responsibility. We they receive them, we log them into a system, and then we refer. So what they do, they refer, we they copy you, and then tell you say you for the go to social office for they get updates on your complaints.
Well, that's them not the people within this independent police complaint board.
Yeah, we as civilians, you know, when you look at the establishment of Civilian Oversight Authority. Now, a call from the African Commission on Human and People's Rights inside in 2006 resolution, then say African countries need to get oversight for the police, because they look at the way we police officers they behave. They see and say we need to get a civilian oversight agency. We for look at the excesses of the police officers. And back inside Salon, The then government, inside the PRSP2, when at the agenda for change, they acknowledge the importance for improving the security sector, especially the police will get primacy over internal security, and also forget oversight agency where for look into the excesses of Salon police. So now that make them create the IPCB, and we honor civilians at the IPCB.
So how are able for carry out on our work, considering the facts in our police officers then they work with the law, and if somebody say, well, police don't do me this, then it go there, that issue there to una, how una able for look inside this, regardless of the fact say this again for do with police, we go make like una afraid small or una mass break small part the work una do.
Well, in a democracy, the people they elect for somebody who they refer to as the president. Also, the president now get the responsibility for delegate certain responsibilities to certain individuals and institutions within Sierra Leone. And now, the responsibility of the one the president don't give responsibility to one, read and understand then your responsibility or mandate, and secondly, read and understand the mandate of other related individuals and institutions. So now that the IPCB do. We read and understand what your mandate, where it in the IPCB regulations of 2013. We read and understand them and understand the mandate of other related institutions, the police, the Human Rights Commission, the Ombudsman's Office, the Anti-Corruption Commission, and some other oversight institutions. So we not get fear in the discharge of a responsibility. Section 6.1 of the IPCB regulation tells we say, in the performance of responsibility, we get the powers as those conferred upon a judge of the High Court. So we get the powers of the High Court, what we want for do a job. We can compel you for produce a document. We can even search a private resident, but we forget a warrant. We can search a government agency without a warrant. We can invite any police officer we for come to the IPCB. If you don't come, that's not an offense. We can fine you. You know, we can understand some police officer can do serious assignment. But if you give it a reasonable reason as to why you're not going to appear before the IPCB, we can understand, because you would need for provide security. But if you fail for come without any reasonable reason to the IPCB, now offense, and the punishment for an offense na the IPCB now 400,000 leons or 6 months imprisonment or both. It depends to the nature of the offense we commit.
Delay pan some case them now one thing we can make people can discourage. Say me I know one case before I let the person go before elefam. Looking at the nature of cases them where the IPCB they look into, waiting at the time frame where one can take for looking inside certain case them. For example, sometimes police take driver and license, as you been say earlier, then he lost them, unable for produce them back. How long one can take for looking inside and can case them?
Mabel, if I tell you say will it take 1 minute or 10 minutes for investigate a particular case, we don't lie for you. You know why? Investigation depend on the evidence. The evidence need to feed the investigation process. So if something happened today, we get all the evidence today, we can conclude on today. But if the evidence not available, if for example you know a key witness to a particular incident, then you travel go out of country, we know IPCB will grab and cook evidence just because we want for conclude within a week or a day. It's not possible. So we get for find ways and means on how we can able get Mabel for can testify so that we can able conclude the investigation process. But however, one of our core values now timeliness. We work very hard for ensure say we deliver on time. So basically, that we're not able to give specific timeline for any investigation process, but they work very hard for ensure say we do a quick one.
Alright, if you just stay tuned in, that person the way they listen to, so na Amadou Famous say in the communication officer na the Independent Police Complaints Board. They this morning for give updates on how far the Independent Police Complaints Board don't go for look inside one incident where been be inside September 91, inside one person be end up lost in life. Well, they this morning for can give updates on that, whether or not the IPCB don't look into this done, we will get for no inside the program. But in case you get any question or comments from just send our Radio Democracy Facebook page, and also not forget to we dey live on YouTube. Also, you can also get the opportunity for drop you message or send them to 077 981 981. We will look at other issue inside the program now.
The Deputy Minister of Youth Affairs, Mohamed Oman Bangura, don't say the Sierra Leone Youth Entrepreneurship and Employment Project, where go there for boost the technical and vocational training sector na the country, go help empower and give work to young people na salon. The Minister of Youth Affairs talk this where the Youth Commission with them partner them go pull na do the TVET image campaign projects na do where na for put plan them in place for help youth them no we not go university for learn other skill them we go help them for work and able take care of themselves. We reporter Waniga Uja gets more and go now report.
The National Youth Commission don't get support from the African Development Bank for embark on one project when at the Sierra Leone Youth Entrepreneurship and Employment Projects. Where inside this project, the Commission plan for focus on the technical and vocational training sector, where people they call TVET. As TVET na Southern young people they go for go learn trade, skill and other thing them, we go make them be better people na society. And as way for make their young people here we not able for go university, able for learn skill and other thing them we go empower them na them community them. Mohamed Oman Bangura, na the Minister of Youth Affairs, where he be talk about how this project go help young people he same way so talk about how this TVET campaign go able for help young people for identify their talents.
We have this set of young people that believe they should be trained and get something for them to catch up with the global market. And this campaign today we are launching is one of those areas that is hitting the technical vocational training centers, because you have this set of young people that believe they want to be trained, get job for themselves, create job for themselves, and employ others. And this is another one. And you have this other set of young people, honorable members and commissioner, that do not want to go to school at all. They don't want to learn trade at all. They just believe in what they receive today, what they want today, what they want to eat today is all what they want. So I realize that we should cater for them, because as a government we believe everybody should be part and parcel of the development process that is going on.
As way for boost the technical and vocational sector, the Commissioner and the National Youth Commission, Ngolo Kata, say they go identify some institution them where they go give support as way for make their youth maya get proper material for train in the area them.
But for us to be able to do that, we will be retooling a set of institutions that will identify to match up with those three skills. Because there's no way we're going to train young people if we do not have the technical capacity to do that. And for us to have real technical capacity to do that, we need to retool. So we have some resources from African Development Bank to buy some quantity of tools to put into 3 institutions that will be looking at those 3 different skills. We now need to really go back to looking at how do we really use ATVET, to broaden the agro sector, with agribusiness and entrepreneurship with innovation. As an opportunity to move young people into doing agriculture in an investment way, but also in a way that appreciates and attracts them. I have a very strong conviction myself as an agriculturist and a practitioner that there is a lot of young people involved in agriculture, but we have not been able, to praising them. We have not been able to write the narrative very well. These are opportunities that we have to see this happen.
Where if they talk, the representative for TVET says Salon people no respect vocational center them. We make it say plenty benefits there in this sector if government put attention there.
In Sierra Leone, we don't respect TVET at all. But we know the worth of TVET in our various sectors. You can start from the bottom and the sky is your limit. And so with the coalition, we are trying to see how we could partner with government to ensure that TVET is recognized and fully supported financially and otherwise. That is what the coalition primarily does. Also, we are trying to get youth together to see how we could help them identify jobs. We had a session some time ago, last year, at the British Council, and a lot of youths were interested and they applied. But the coalition cannot do it all by itself. And so I want to appeal to this gathering. If there are members who are interested, please talk to us after. So you join us in the coalition and together we can make the difference. Again, the campaign is timely and I hope we'll all work together as a team to ensure that TVET is recognized in Sierra Leone.
The minister ended up calling on young people for embrace this opportunity.
The destiny of every young Sierra Leonean is not in the hands of any government. Believe in yourself. Believe in what you're doing. Go there and learn something. Now we are trying to raise a campaign on TVET, and the Youth and Entrepreneurship will be launched very soon, in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And I just want to allay the fears of every Sierra Leonean, every stakeholders. The youth sector is open and ready to transform the lives of young people, and is ready to be accountable for each and every cent.
The commissioner and the National Youth Commission say this project na for 3 years, and they work with the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education for accomplish this. For the Society for Ready Democracy, Mina Waniga Ojade report.
7:55 now the time from the studio clock. We continue the program Good Morning Salon. We still get Amadou Femosisi at the program. We come out na the Independent Police Complaint Board. But quickly make I just welcome my other studio guest. We na Thomas Conteh, Executive Director for Citizens Advocacy Network. Good morning, welcome to the program.
Happy New Year. This is my first ever Canada since this year started. Good morning, Sierra Leone.
Returns. Continue for the between at the studio, Thomas. We go come to you. Make I just quickly come to Amadou Femosisi, as we've been saying earlier idea this morning. For can tell we how the Independent Police Complaints Board, how far they don't go for investigate the incidents we've been happening in Mile 91 inside September 2018. Also, one person be end up lost in life. Femo, quickly let we just know how the Independent Police Complaints Board been gets involved in this case.
Yeah. September 9, when it be Sunday last year, we received a call from the Honorable Member of Parliament, Nala area there, Honorable Aaron. A call we complaint handling officer Rashid Kaba for say police they don't go raid 2 villages in constituency, Matibo and Matibo village, yeah. So we lead to the death of one gentleman, Abdul Kamara Matibo, yeah. Wait till we do the next day, when I be Monday the 10th, we send a 3-man team. We send 2 investigators, and then we regional outreach officer within the North, Joseph Cisse. Then go there. The mission purely during that first trip, now before go gather evidence, talk to some key witnesses, and then come back. So then able go and they succeed. They gather information will be need. Talk to the people, take pictures, and then come back. And after that, we contact the police officers for make themselves available to the IPCB for interrogation.
One thing where I be asked earlier gets for do with the delay. If you look at this case in particular, now where we look at, it take about 5 months for the Independent Police Complaint Board reach to conclusion on waiting and find out. Waiting being caused the delay?
Well, I'm not going to say a delay, because if you take a look at investigation, you have to be very careful. You have to look at all parameters. They just jump into one as if na swimming pool for just go swim and get out. Not something like that. You get to talk to witnesses. You get to talk to the alleged police officers. Where they've been going at the place, and then the one where discharge firearms. And you get for try for ascertain would discharge firearms. And again you get for look at wouldn't the police officer where discharge where in bullets go kill this guy. He gets me based on the allegation. So we need for take with time for we do we investigation, and we end up for submit the report last January rather.
All right. Continue for the with you. We can look at more issues that report say.
Definitely.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue. Not forget you also get we live na Podium District on 88.5 FM Radio Malen, and we want for say plenty thank you to the management and staff na Radio Malen. We the link we live on different programs them Radio Democracy they do. And don't forget to also they live on YouTube. So just go and search for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM and subscribe, so you go to get updates on the different programs and where they do. We also they live on we Radio Democracy 98.1 Facebook page. The program Good Morning Salon they continue. We also get Thomas Conteh na the studio when Executive Director for Citizens Advocacy Network. We will go for can talk to him shortly, but let me just take this commercial break and can continue the program.
Family them. Salon Commercial Bank don't do one again. For we and Una will not get account yet. They don't come with brand new things them, like neon SLCD kiosks them, where they all over the country. Also, they get mobile tellers them, we will meet you any side and do your banking. Salon Commercial Bank. Nami Bank. get me on student account. Oh. We get me on current account. We get me on savings account. Oh. For them lucky to man them. For them keke riders, Okada riders, and them fishmongers, disabled people them. Any day for them petty traders alone, commercial bank. Now we bank,
Sure.
now we bank,
Family them. Salon Commercial Bank they for all man, including the professionals.
The program Good Morning Saloon they continue, and we still get in the studio Amadou Femo Sise, Communications Officer, Independent Police Complaint Board, and we get Thomas Conteh, Executive Director, Citizens Advocacy Network. But before they come to Thomas Conteh, we still there with Amadou Femo Sise. The police officer them were allegedly be involved in this issue during the course of an investigation. Up till now, somebody wants to know who side and they now.
Yeah, like I said earlier on, the IPCB not get the mandate for implement any recommendations. We primary responsibility now for receive and investigate complaints from the public, or if we hear something happen, we can initiate Section 9 of the IPCB regulations. We give the IPCB the mandate for conduct investigation. Whether somebody complain or not, we call our own investigation. Yeah. So now that we don't do the investigation. We don't send them to the DPP. The DPP now get the responsibility for implement the recommendations of the IPCB. Since police officers and discharge firearm will fall under Section 31C of the IPCB regulations, you talk about earlier on, and again, the discharge of firearm lead to the death of one Abdul Kamara.
Okay.
You get me? Somebody that. Yeah. So therefore, that responsibility they now with the DPP. The DPP now get the responsibility for implement with recommendation. We don't do we own part.
Yes. Quickly, part of our work, of course, the board now for advise the police force on waiting. Therefore, do for prevent issues them when violence or other things them when misconduct of police not for happen. The reason we make ask the question outside the police and be there at the cause of an investigation up to now the police them we allegedly involved in this fire or this killing of this young man that same day. Now for know if really they give advice or based on this advice as we na part of our work and for know if really the police them be there pan the work or been advice for lay then left workforce until we done the investigation.
Well, that's na internal business na the police. We know they interfere with the internal business. As long as you're available for you answer to questions to the IPCB. For we that part very important too.
But what we can advise in case of them kind case them when like killing or something get for do with die with police involved, which one can advise the
well
police?
Sometimes we can advise. Let's take you back to we first death in police custody where one guy died in police custody in Wellington. So he said 2014 during Ebola period. When we conclude the investigation, we even advise the police say make sure say then police says then well okay they don't get anything the way somebody go use for hang himself or for harm himself in any other way. So we can advise.
So what you advise in this case?
No, listen. I'm not go able to give full details of what's in the report. Like I tell you, the reports they at the office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. So now I get the responsibility now for implement the recommendations from the IPCB. You get me? And we get other ways of working we advise the police. For example, last year we start the implementation of the Luanda guidelines. That are the guidelines on the conditions of arrest, police custody and pretrial detention in Africa, where the African Commission on Human and People's Rights we launched in 2014. You get me? Now we don't try for implement this document here, and the provisions inside this document, if we police officers and go by the provisions, they go be more professional. The citizens go get more trust in with police. So we don't begin implementing last year, and this year again by God in power, when we get support from UNDP, we get for continue with the exercise. Last year we'll be able to get up to 464 people who train, both the police and the populace.
From what you don't say, it clear now say na police been shoot will lead to that one person death na my 91 inside September 2018. And one thing where people can always say where this on the happen, say na because the police then can use excessive force where then they go for response to anything where they happen at people in community them. From the evidence they wanna get and this investigation wanna do, it lead una to that say na excessive force the police use that same day.
Well, from the interviews where we get, the police be use some amount of force, and we always say even at international standard they always advise say you force for be proportionate to the resistance from the person. You get me? Even like if you go for arrest somebody, you not get for use force until the person don't resist arrest, and you force for be proportionate to the resistance where the person pose. So always the advice say you first, before you even begin use force, the first thing you go for fight, cajole the person for make you able allow you for let you perform your work. If you not take now, then you can use force way proportionate to the person your action.
Okay, we come to Thomas Moore Conteh, Executive Director, Citizens Advocacy Network. Quickly, just take with through where this incident been happening last year. Your organization, of course, a consortium of una been did it and being get things them way una fair not. For the benefit of people who they listen, just take with through briefly. What now some of the things them way una been say or what una been fair not that the way una been go before we the push go before.
Yeah, thank you very much. People will recall that sometime in September 2018, last year, we bring up an issue we get for do with police raid na 2 villages na the mile 91 axis. That is the villages of Mathimbo and Masengbe. And this raid we, I mean, not to just police, but na be a raid we be include police, sojaman them, and other security agencies from civilians. Where them be saying na Tuku, and na Tuku na be undertake that raid. We
National Organized Crime Unit.
What they call Operation Green Storm. That raid will take place very early, around 5 o'clock in the morning. And then villages and day, people they sleep, policemen they invade the village, wake them up, and the raid be lead to a lot of human rights violations. Wherein somebody lost in life, a young man lost in life, Abdul Kamara, and a lot of other people lost their property, them people in damage. Woman them we accuse the officers they go of sexual harassment and all of on what have you. So we received call from the people as civil society. It was on a Sunday morning. So we get a consortium we refer to as the Consortium for Human Rights, Democracy and Good Governance, where Citizens Advocacy Network now part of. So immediately we get for respond that same day. We left here so around 9 o'clock in the morning, and we reached there by 1 o'clock because it is quite a long distance. And we go with journalists from 98.1, AYV, and other media houses for that we able to get the facts. And then we count them out how it did at the gun. And when we come with them, we will get series of challenges. We come and engage again the police on that. We go to the police press conference, we get a fact, and we begin for hold the view that certain things in the way don't want to come out clear. And the police be the try for cover up what really happened at the gun at the time. There are people go recall that we be in our studio now so with a very senior member of ONS. We will be getting very heated debate on that issue today. And we will get for give an ultimatum to the security agency. We will have a 21 days ultimatum for look into the matter, or we will mobilize citizens of this country for come out with on a peaceful protest, protesting against this long-standing police misconduct or security personnel misconduct. Because we believe, say, the security agency for be an agency way for actually assure people of security and not the other way around. So that was what happened at the time. We write a letter to the Inspector General of Police on that. We therefore try for engage other authorities on the matter, because what we be so particular about, not to be for just come out and cause noise, but for ensure that the issue be investigated and appropriate measures be taken. So we began for liaise with the honorable at the ground, Honorable Aaron Kuma, when a very young man, we get people at heart, And we began to make a complaint to the Independent Police Complaint Board. As you hear from the public relations man, you not necessarily need to be somebody who affected by the incident directly for make complaint. But anybody can make complaint. Now on that basis, they will say we make complaint to the Independent Police Complaint Board on this matter, because we know saying that the body will statutorily mandated for investigate issues of this. Now a civilian-led institution. So we'll make that complaint and we write the Inspector General of Police. Inspector General of Police thankfully called me to a meeting when the 21 days ultimatum be the lapse. 1 day to the 21 days, wait for them. They call me a meeting at Inspector General in office. We began to discuss the issues then. He appealed with we. He appealed to a conscience. He bring logic that the Independent Police Complaints Board is going on with the matter. And that they don't put reforms in place for ensure that the police not even hold gun again by any protest. And that they want we for really be reasonable with them and allow the investigations for go on whilst we continue for interface with them.
So now the Independent Police Complaint Board who said this complaint being go don't pull the reports, although FEMO say no go tell we all waiting there in full details of waiting at the reports. But from waiting I don't gather so far, according to FEMO, then just can get advice and make the recommendations them, not to then they implement. Una don't they follow this matter. Now this report don't come out and the recommendations them same way so don't come out. Wait una they expect now from the police, because as it is now, at this point we just want to let the people and also we will invite the police, but we never forget posting for representing this morning. What una they expect from the police them now where these reports don't come out?
Yeah, let me use, I will be remiss in my submission and my bed no will allow me sleep if I feel for thank and congratulate the IPCB. Honestly, it not be easy with we and them. We the badge at the office every now and then. Of course, the investigation officer Rashid also against with we at some point. At some point, we will make palaver. We are very impatient. We are this, but we understand that it was the investigation process, because we believe say one life lost is too many, and if an incident like that take place in Matimbo, it get tendency for take place now a lot of other areas, and who knows who that will be affected tomorrow. I get a lot of police friends. I get a lot of good people within the Sierra Leone police. We have professionals within the Sierra Leone police. I must make this very clear. Not all police officers or not all security personnel are bad or are unprofessional. But those bad ones within the Sierra Leone police, I feel say, where they continue for occasion, human rights abuses or acts of misconduct, the officials of the Sierra Leone police and the security agency, and we, as watchdogs of the people of this country, get a duty for bring out some of their issues there so to the appropriate institutions and authorities for ensure that they undertake investigations and appropriate actions be taken. So I want to thank the IPCB on that. They get a lot of challenges, but within that, they're able to do these investigations for come out. It is already clear that waiting happen na Mathimbo, na the Sierra Leone police or the security agency they go there, now they release a bullet, we actually shoot and we kill the young man. Because that was the contention here the other day. Who will be there in the studio? Would I kill him? You know, possible? Would I, why somebody be saying that the people and shoot themselves with chakabula? Other people they say now gone from the police. So the IPCB report don't come out clear and say from the investigations they drive towards the fact that now a police officer shot the young man. And in this investigation report with Ngi, they make recommendations to the authorities. One of the authorities, now the Inspector General of Police, they recommend, this is a recommendation, and that is why I'm very glad that are there this morning for make Sierra Leoneans say, no, waiting to come out of the police, the investigations from the IPCB. Because IPCB, their own duty is to just investigate matters and make recommendations. They need to go beyond that. Now, beyond this, as an organization and as a consortium, what we are going to do is to follow up on the people who are supposed to take up their issues there so, and ensure that they take them up so that we get a police force. We're going to be accountable. We're going to really own up responsibility when once they go outside the remit. You understand? Okay. They don't recommend that there is a recommend to the Inspector General of Police for take disciplinary action. That's now one of the recommendations, key recommendation, against the police officers that will undertake that raid. Because the raid was intelligence-led. What do they mean by intelligence-led? Before they left Freetown, they already don't get a clear cut understanding as to who side they go, who side them for attack, who side them for really meet.
Okay.
So if they don't get that and then go, they attack the whole village, terrorize the whole village, and it lead to casualty, IPCB recommend that they really take this type of action against them people who want to take that raid.
Continue for the with inside the program. Thomas more Conteh. We will come more on the recommendation them and findings them inside the reports there. But we'll go for the short break. When we come back, we'll continue with the program.
Better don't come. A Union Trust Bank again. Union Salon Banco. Union Trust Bank get plenty product and service there for you. You must get what you want to go better. Like we savings account, ide. Current account, ide. Fixed deposit account, ide. Credit facility, ide. All for you. Me and you. Union Trust Bank, that's a loan for me and you. Kids future savings account, ide. School fee savings account, ide. Pay advance salary scheme, ide. We branch and they all up, but not alone. Boko no kenema, we ide. Kabala mabogo kakambia, we ide. Jala free town don't side, we ide. And my lengthy one, me and you. Union Trust Bank, me and you. Union Trust Bank, Union Trust Bank, that's a loan for me and you. Union Salon Banco, Union Trust Banco.
Union Trust Bank, empowering Sierra Leonean businesses.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue, and they look inside another headline story usai the first time permanent secretary now the Ministry of Health and Sanitation Paramount Chief Sadiq Kapua don't say now the first time Minister of Health and Sanitation Miata Kagbo bin giam instruction for make documents for buy 20 ambulance them the temuri Ebola sick bin in the country. It talk this way it will testify before Justice Biobel George will after way the Commission of Inquiry. The Commission of Inquiry being right Tuesday for appear this commission for explain what waiting it be no issue them we get for do with ambulance them with the Ministry of Health and Sanitation been by the time with the Ebola sick with the inside the country. Well, for more on this, let we join we reporter Elizabeth Campbell.
Inside Court Instrument 64, Room Number 1, before Commissioner Justice Biobel George Will, Tuesday, February 19, the Secretariat that the Commission be invites the first-time permanent secretary na the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, Paramount Chief Sadiq Kapua, for go answer to evidence before the Commission. For sake of waiting one witness, when the chief executive na MPPA Ibrahim Suarebi go make inside one matter we get for do with the 20 ambulance and other thing them we get for do with the Ebola effects na the country. February 12, 2019. Usami Suarebi say that the permanent secretary na the Ministry of Health be instruct them for do documentation them.
I was instructed by my boss, the permanent secretary, so my role was just to fix the papers and ensure documentations were done. That was exactly what I did.
Well, from the Chief Executive Ibrahim Suare, the first-time permanent secretary, PC Sadiq Kapua, been start for explain how imposition as PS na the Ministry of Health inside 2014 been turned like from the time where the Ministry of Health set up the Emergency Operations Center.
When I became permanent secretary of the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, the Ebola virus had struck this country. And so immediately thereafter, structure was put up. The Ministry of Health and Sanitation, referred to as the EOC, Emergency Operations Center. The EOC automatically took over my functions as permanent secretary. So the functionality of the permanent secretary were no longer relevant. And so I was only receiving instructions from the EOC, which was chaired by the Minister of Health and Sanitation then, Madam Miata Kagbo.
The chief talk about the 20 ambulance and the over 1 billion loans, where he saying that the first-time Minister of Health, Miata Kagbo, been given instruction for do documentation after where they can don't decide that the EOC. It took all length years so where the state prosecutor OU have been missing, been they ask them but waiting in no but then issue.
The ambulances they are referring to that was contracted by my ministry was not done by myself. I only met the contractor. It was not done by me because we were only given information later on to provide documentation for what they have done already.
And who asked you?
The minister.
Also the Conteh in respect of the Ebola Center at Kerrytown. My Lord, I show the witness a memo.
The memo was dated the 11th August 2014. This was a memo from the Architectural Services Manager, Delphine Korka, who is now late, requesting for payment of 1,760 million dirhams. When requests of this nature come to me, I send them to the minister for approval. And that was exactly what I did. The team that went to Kerrytown, which was headed by the case management director, is Dr. Taki, Donald Bashtaki. They awarded the contract there and then and informed me accordingly of a group called CL Group.
After where the witness, first-time permanent secretary at the Ministry of Health, PC Sadiq Kapua, be London for explain but waiting in no before Justice Biobel George Will, the defense lawyer for the first-time Minister of Health and Sanitation, Miata Kagu, lawyer Yada Williams, Bindu cross-examine on the witness.
And the first set of ambulances that were brought, as a matter of fact, had to be airlifted. Is that correct?
Yes, they did that.
How many occasions were ambulances airlifted apart from that?
That was the only occasion I can remember, because by then I had left. So the other ambulances came, not to my knowledge.
What happened in Parliament when you went there? Firstly, you said there was an audited report contained things that were not very complimentary to you and Mr. Swari. Is that correct? I'm not saying what is there was correct.
Yes, exactly. Because they failed to realize that it was not the ministry that really did what they reported. It was the EOC and a host of other officers who were involved in the fight against the scourge. I, being a non-professional in medical science and services, was the only one called. The chief medical officer, who should really have been there, and not me, was not called. They only called myself, Swari, and the Director of Financial Services. Even in terms of payment, I did not sign a law, or my ministry did not sign a law. We had 3 signatories to every payment.
And then you're talking about the EOC. Did you ever attend any of the meetings?
They only called me at meetings when there was need to make payments.
Inside this same matter, we get for do with the 20 ambulance them, where the chief executive na MPPA, Ibrahim Suarez say, na one Kausu Kebe go buy the ambulance here na Dubai. The funds management specialist na the Ministry of Health, Alpha Umar Ujalo, been present documents where he say, na the email where he received from the director na the Ministry of Planning, Kausu Kebe, inside August 2014.
I received this email from Mr. Kausu Kebe. My understanding was he was at Dubai at the time. That was what he said. Based on the information I had once in a while I sit in the AOC meetings, it was announced that Mr. Kausu Kebe has been requested by the Ministry of Health and Sanitation to go to Dubai and inspect ambulances that the ministry intends to buy at that time. That email was an information forwarded meant for the Minister of Health and Sanitation at that time. In that email, Mr. Kebe was trying to provide an information, from what I understand from the email, that the initial cost of 20 ambulances for $1.1 million was reduced to $1,050,000 based on negotiation they had with the manufacturers. Paragraph 3 said this means that the total required for 20 is $1,050,000, of which we need to have a minimum of 50% to have these guys really go to work. I believe if we up it to 60%, it will move them even faster.
Inside Court Instrument 67, room number 3, the lead defense counsel for the persons of interest, first-time Minister of Works, Housing and Infrastructure, Ibrahim Kemosisi, first-time Deputy Minister of Lands, Ahmed Kanu, and 4 other one them. Lawyer Africano Sise say, them na the defense, not glad with the ruling where the Commissioner, Justice William Anan Atuguba Bingi, February 12, 2019, Usai Justice William Atuguba Bin say, Section 150 of the Constitution, not get nothing for do with the Commission in work, and say the Commission legal. For the sake of this, make the lead defense counsel, Lawyer Africano Sise say, then go take the ruling in the Supreme Court, for make the court look inside the ruling proper one. As he said, this now in accordance with Section 125, Act number 6 of the 1991 Constitution of Salon. Inside the cross-examination, where one party defense lawyer them, Lawyer Alpha Babin, they cross-examine the witness, Alex Vincent, for second in client. When I been former management director for Commerce and Mortgage Bank, Ahmed Bakar Kamara. Now this may happen.
Now, are you telling this honorable tribunal that the land is not demarcated?
Not aware.
You are not aware. You mentioned that the land is not demarcated, so you are not saying the truth when you mentioned that.
This witness requires the protection of the commission. In what respect? The Lord Counsel is rambling round, going around the same thing to confuse the witness. The direct question was asked. No, but please, Counsel, let me be heard. Please, let me be heard. I'm on my legs. No, let's do it decently at the bar. Let me be heard.
Inside Court Instrument 65, room number 2, before Justice Bankole Thompson, where the lead defense lawyer for the two first-term Minister of Agriculture, Dr. Joseph Sam Sise, and Professor Monty Jones with other one them, lawyer Lantana Dumbuya, been the cross-examine the witness, Amara Aidara Sheriff. The witness say, na the executive management committee be the give fertilizer to farmer them, and the minister them is say be gets the final saying for the farmer them way for benefit from fertilizer, but the state prosecutor Robert Kowa not been tender the document where the first minister them be they use. We be make lawyer Lantana Dumbuya say they no go agree for made and tender the document. Lawyer Dumbuya continue say the commission forgive the document for make it go able read all waiting the witness don't say and cross-examine them. As all this they be, all the three court instruments them don't adjourn to Wednesday, February 20 this year, with support from Yeno Kabia, Mange Mansare, for Radio Democracy. Mina Elizabeth Campbell, the reports.
Alone. So the truth will reveal you now. You see their faces, but you never know their thoughts. Every baby knows that talk is cheap, so cheap. You see their actions, but you never know their reactions. Time and time alone will prove the story, and every eyes will see. Truth will reveal, the truth will reveal things that are hidden. I said the things that them hide deep down inside. Truth will reveal, the truth will reveal what's in their hearts. What is in their hearts? Oh yeah.
Alright, well, that's now through to will reveal where Nancy Fonte do for we in the program, and the program Good Morning Salon they continue. We'll quickly take this commercial break and can continue with studio guests in the program this morning.
Causing confusion. But this confused me, boo. Look where Uncle Nat in Wall Solid. Look him block them with them beat for him, where they save solid, and at the same amount of cement and sand than they use for beat me on. But look what in the happen. Me wall down for them, all the block they all don't scatter. It like say some kind magic they behind this. You want to know the magic behind this? Now the superior quality, extra strong, extra life and extra yield cement where are the use, and that's not Dangote 3X Portland limestone cement. Dangote cement na the highest grade cement in the country. When a 42.5 R grade cement, when no one day come na this country, and a one of the highest grade pan cement where you go get na the wall. Where you want your concrete, wall and block solid,
use Dangote 42.5R cement, you no go regret them. You go get Dangote 42.5R cement na all the shop and building material store na the one whole country.
The program you still listen to na Good Morning Saloon, and it come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Na Freetong, and of course you see most of the get we na Samaling. Of course they get we na McKinney on 98.1 FM. You see most of the get we online www.radiodemocracy.sl with support from Musiwa and powered by AfriCell. You see most of the get we na Facebook and YouTube. Just click and subscribe. We still get another studio Amadou Femo Sise, Communications Officer, Independent Police Complaint Board, and they also for tell me about recommendation them or waiting and find out inside the alleged killing of one young man mile 91 last year September. One of the recommendations them where they inside this report where the ICB pull na that police for take disciplinary action against the police them where be part of this raid and we do this alleged killing. Why wanna make this recommendation?
You know, like I've been telling you earlier on, we know they talk about the recommendations, but since as per we internal mechanisms or SOPs, standard operating procedures, we get the responsibility for give a summary copy of the investigation to the complainant, and I believe say the recommendation will come out direct from Thomas Moore. I'm sure you don't get them from Honorable Aaron, and Honorable Aaron get the right for go public with the document because I even copy that as a complainant. Yeah, so I go talk on that since it don't go public now. The very reason why we make that recommendation based on the findings of the investigation process. No ask me what the findings anyway, although I will talk a bit around that. We notice the man we get the instruction from what we gather. It's like the 7 people we then say then discharge firearms. 7 police officers and be discharge firearms according to the man we
discharge.
We then shoot. Then discharge. Yeah. Now that then the regulation discharge of firearms na the term they use. Yeah. Now they shoot 7 people, and from we investigation we then able pinpoint the exact person we discharge a firearm there.
The exact police.
The police, yes. Now because we not get the forensic capability, even the police know from the reported and sent to we then able pinpoint on the particular police officer with discharge a firearm there.
So now we're like advice in this case.
When I make the recommendation.
So how the police then go able now for no say now this person being shoots will be make that one person die?
Well, it could be a little bit difficult. You know why? The time where the people go raid them village in there, and the time where the incident happened, and again for take a credible person for saying I may shoot. So now and there was this thing we come up from there again for say then up then say then shoot. But when we go, we look at the cloud, we not see any mental where the bullet for go church and then condom. You get to tell the for say, because that not the allegation for say then up then shoot, one is shot.
So the disciplinary action where the Independent Police Complaints Board they recommend to the IG for take against the one they will be involved. Now they all them for take disciplinary action against.
Well, yes, therefore discipline the police officers. We be the where them gonna place them.
When I get a list of them police officers then they.
Of course, the IG forget the list because now the operation was intelligent led, and now then send people for good. But basically, we get the one that we discharge firearm, where they recommend saying then discharge firearm.
Who said they now?
List. But then they with the police.
They still they woke.
Well, I'm not gonna tell you if they woke or not. But as far as the IPC, like I said earlier on, we not get business with the operations of the police, internal operations. What's important to we when we invite you. Wait, I'm coming. Well, I'm coming. When we invite you for come, give statement, you for come. If you don't come, we they initiate and say with regulation what to call offense. Yeah, and the punishment for that now 400,000 or 6 months imprisonment or both. It depends to the nature of them. That's saying the police don't get interference with them. So we, as long as you make yourself available to the IPCB, that is very very important to we.
Incidents we get for do with grave offense, the killing and other human rights violations them, you go agree with me say it advisable if somebody or any other person were involved in such, if you want to investigate them, if I step aside from me work?
Well, we not get a mandate for say if I step aside. We not get a mandate. Waiting if you make yourself available.
So no one know if you work or
well,
if
you
for
make yourself available to we. Now that's important to the IPC. And now it make anytime when something happen, we always request to the police for say this fall under we mandate when I send all the files to we.
So when I be investigate this issue, this incident will be in my 91, then police officer be make themselves available.
Of course, yes, they make themselves available. Nobody not left behind. The one they all will call for investigation. They all can give statement. This is not the full report. Why also the statement. They all where we call for investigation. They all can give statements.
Quickly before we go to Thomas More Conteh, not to the first time this way the IPCB done the pull reports against the police and they make recommendation of such way when I don't make so back. Yeah. Anything that happen where Lego show say on a recommendation they wanna be make the police implement them difference on day?
Well, we're not just the police. Yeah, the police then we don't implement some of the recommendation. But like for the DPP, I'm not gonna recall if they don't ever implement we recommendations. You get me? And we're so happy that we'll get a new DPP. But the previous DPP will not get any evidence for justify say implementing recommendations. Let's show you some of the cases all the sense where we have very key cases. You get the Kabbalah incident which happened 2016. You get the death in police custody of one Sumana na Wellington which happened 2014. You get the boat incident between 2017, the student and the police. We get the death of one Beleuma na Tombo when said die of bullet. You get me? So some of them cases we don't send unto the previous DPP. There was no action taken, and we hope say this new DPP go look at their recommendation and they act on them.
Okay, we come now to Thomas More Conteh, Executive Director, Citizens Advocacy Network. Two recommendations from the IPCB. One for Institute for make the coroners do an inquest, like for look inside within happened for more investigation as to the death of the young man who died, and the second one for make police take disciplinary action against the police who involved in the alleged shooting. Based on all within happened, you be talk about human rights violations, sexual harassment, police not give people chance, and all the things that we say una fair not. You think say this the recommendation they are so enough, or they in get the same weight as to written allegedly happen?
Well, no amount of punishment no go actually make amends for the life we don't lose. That life of that young man precious than any other thing will happen in this world. But for the sake of infusing sanity in the security agency, I feel say some of their recommendations are also very necessary. And that make we then also as a civil society organization for ensure that we follow through the recommendations there also. A very disheartening, disappointing for hear from the PRO of the Independent Police Complaints Board that this is not the first time they only make recommendations to the institutions that were supposed to take actions, i.e. the Sierra Leone Police member leadership and the DPP in office. These are very key offices. DPP gets a duty for look into the investigations of the IPCB. Look at the merits of the matters we presented before them. And where they need to take action for prosecute a particular officer or a particular personnel, then can prosecute. Now the office of the DPP, they do prosecution. In the case where in the office of the DPP become very complicit, as I can say, because when once they give recommendation for act upon, you decide for keep them and make those cover them, whilst people they live in peril, they lost their family, lost beaucoup things, human rights abuses they be occasioned, within this short space of time, from September where this incident happened at Matimbo village, to now, we don't get series of other abuses that don't come from security agencies. One, they kill 14-year-old Bobona Cambia in an electoral process. 14-year-old boy, a schoolboy, then kill him in cold blood, broad daylight. Security agency in Ndwam. There's some people that say that Sojaman Ndwam, some they say that police. Up to now, Sierra Leoneans are lost as to who actually did it. We need the IPCB, we need institutions there for own up the responsibility. Within the short time, I just want to give a rundown of, within the short time, we don't get issue Now Pujehun, then kill 2 young people in there. Let's forget about waiting cause the death. But investigations therefore be launched, inquiries therefore be launched into some of them things there. So because now security agencies they do. Within a short time, I investigated a matter with Ahmadiyya Secondary School. We know say we school picking and really go overboard. But this particular instance, the case gets clear violations from the Sierra Leone police. We are in there invade the compound of the students of the school, launch over 100 tear gas canisters. We are in a lot of picking and lost consciousness. Even the principal almost died. As we speak, they not still recover it. We go talk with the police who in charge of that particular operation. He was very hostile with us. This is how the police they treat and security agents they treat Sierra Leoneans with contempt, because they didn't get any action when they come out of their conduct. And that is where we want for actually appeal. This report will not come out from the IPCB if it come with a difference. Because why we want them to also for really take difference this time around? We cannot continue to be in a state where the police officers, any half issue and go with civilian and have a pull gun. Shoot. When once we get very good police officers, we get very good soldier man, I must make this again. I have relatives that are police. I have friends, neighbors that are police officers, good professional. But the bad one them, when they cause bad name for the Sierra Leone police, they're not supposed to cover them. When once we begin to see cases of punitive measures being taken by the leadership of the Sierra Leone police, and the authorities are supposed to take this. When Sierra Leone police officer, when soldier man engage in a professional duty with citizens or civilians, they will be mindful, they will be minded. An instance of police misconduct again, we talk about rape. Quite recently, I listened to the radio now, so I listened to the Deputy Minister of Social Welfare, where it expressed dissatisfaction over an alleged rape, gang rape. Police officers then accuse them of raping a young girl. Now,
in all of this, none of the advocates collect this report here so make a difference. But the IPCB itself, where they investigate them, police and pulling reports here do. From waiting we don't hear so far this morning, it clear say even the reports with them pull, then self when then their hands are tied, the public not able to know the full information where they inside the whole report itself. Waiting now some of the things them where una the advocates for as una the citizens advocates net. So because the public not able to know now the full content of waiting at the report. This not just the recommendations them where we able for lay hands on.
Yeah, I see the PRO they struggle for bring out the recommendations, you know, and talk them. But we in our civil society, we cannot keep some of these recommendations from our people. We have no reason to exist if we activities enshrouded in secrecy. And that is why we want for really appeal with the authorities. The IPCB now a very important institution. We don't get series of challenges. We go into confrontations in this because of these investigations. With the badge at the office, we want for accuse and say we want for actually become very what they call the police officers. Then we don't do this, we don't do that. But we thank God that they don't come out. But they get challenges. One thing we don't find out in the course of interfacing with the IPCB is that the IPCB gets a number of challenges. This is a civilian-led investigative organ, institution, where they look into misconduct of security personnel within the police. They need to get a lot of resources, human resource. If they at their disposal and forget people who are professionals, lawyers, where they really go into issues of the law and look at violations, human rights abuses. Okay. They're supposed to get enough resources for carry out investigations. They forget vehicles. These are people who constrain. If you go to the office, they face challenges. Okay. And I also want for advocates, this is very important. Now the IPCB not only limited to giving recommendations where even the not get right for talk. Let the IPCB be empowered, just like how the ACC has been empowered, with prosecutorial powers. When once the IPCB don't pull a report or they don't do an investigation, and then find out say, this man, Mr. X, is responsible for this, and then prove and beyond reasonable doubt within their own investigation, let them get the power for take such a matter to court without going through the director of public prosecution. Okay. Just as the ACC.
Continue for the with me inside the program. Thomas More Conteh, Executive Director, Citizens Advocacy Network, with the push the program go before and take another headline story inside the program.
We go now on Parliament. Osai The president for the parliamentary female caucus na the Salon Parliament, Honorable Veronica Kadisise, don't say woman member of parliament them they work now for make political party them go they give woman then 30% symbol and aside them they go for win for make more woman then go can the Salon Parliament by 2023. Honorable Veronica Kadisise talk this inside one interview with the Democracy parliamentary reporter Abdullah Blah, where he be they talk about issue them we get for do with the work way the woman parliamentary caucus they do and for help woman member of parliament them promote woman issue them na the country. Abdullah Blah gets more on this inside this interview with Honorable Veronica Kadisise.
I been done there in a parliament for the past years. We dey struggle for let the caucus turn up. One, political interference, personality conflicts, and the likes. But where God know the leader, and where I don't count it as a leader, we not get party against self. We don't cut across, and they cut across. All way till they talk now about woman business. We no one know whether it be APC, SLPP, PMDC, or whatever. We they talk for woman there. Any side where woman cry, we're ready for the day.
So let me talk specifically the issues of women. You say before now there were some issues, personality conflict of politics and all way make woman issues not be done the good before. How you don't able as the president for the female caucus for streamline all entities so and put women them together from different political party them for able do work with them for the work na the constituency them represent women them na the whole country and all the other thing in there.
First of all, not only the woman them, even the entire parliament. Yeah, they take me as their mama, and because I dey listen to them voice, I dey listen to waiting they talk. Me na unify any side way them get problem. They all they pack na me room, na me office. Then they go meet me and tell me them problems. Not to say we are enemies. We all na one country, one people. And being that me na the old, na the long serving MP, I don't see the good, the bad, and the ugly. So if I say I dey put all them things in there, I no will talk to anybody. So first of all, I put everything behind me back and forge ahead.
We bring me to the next question. Female parliamentarians them on 18 year. Representation now one. How you assess the way how the woman member them of parliament get access for able for do work, for able for them include them at different committee them, for let them get responsibility them, for them self work just like the man them, also just for let them take the back seat. How we don't they work for see this happen?
First of all, we can a parliament a lobby. You get for lobby anything. I lobby the leadership. You get for talk, I tell them say, look, we small. We get for them at the leadership. We get for them at the committees. And as Phil say, all the committees are woman and dede. We get chairs there, we na woman them. Woman them get fisheries, woman we na chair, we get deputies, you know. Then a small. First time pass you go begin the put say we na go they don't and they know they count yourself. But right now, woman they tinapi under for talk. And July 3rd, Nainde be call me say can go act as speaker. Then they no ever be. Then we call Tinabde and Adwam.
You talk about chair of committee them. We get different committee them. We get 18 women them. We get different committee them. You just highlight one way woman the chair, other one them only that deputy or woman will just be member of them committee. Then they one go ask the question say even though we are not boku, but still we are not still seated for take leadership position as people expect. We need for do more. You agree to that?
No, small. You know, we not for show them say we try we want power at all costs or we can't begin the bulldoze. No, na small. Then boku pass we 146 we na 18. Whose voice you go pull there? Even if me one grain, then we say okay you won. But I always advocate for my company there. Yes, other committee then they way you get social welfare, you get mines, you get other committee then way then they are not able for think all, but they are well grounded now the other committees there. And even the international committee are there na ECOWAS. Other woman they put other woman at the other committee na EU, then the other committees and the internal committees then they where they put woman then they. So I think by the time we go come back, you know, say we don't get enough women there.
We not get any challenge as female parliamentarians in a parliament right now?
Yes, we get small challenge. That's sometimes they grab for talk. Women they grab for talk. You know the undertones. Some they shy. But they put down they don't because they get workshops there. Where they go and they train we like Action Aid and be get one leadership training. Where we go there, then show we EU self bring leadership for move emotion. How you for grab for talk. Waiting you for understand the legislation. Waiting you for talk. How you they mingle with the company them. How you go talk who say man then day. You know, this some then are the first and that's where they can have parliament. Some then are business people, then some then have been teacher there. So where you can at this kind of place, they are not the well. It's not easy for Tinab they talk.
So what do you hope for see in the next parliament in terms of woman representation them and you message to political party them and leadership of parliament?
Well, to the other political parties, we want for them this 30% what they talk. Of course, the SLPP party gets gender policy. We want for them enforce some because it's a way a word of symbol they pass woman they struggle. But we they try, we get for fan way, we get for bio them. Let them give we safe seat. Let them see and reason. And we they talk about this affirmative action. We they work on it. By God in power, the next time when they come, we they see more changes. We see more women there for Canada this parliament.
Well, that's not the president for the Parliamentary Female Caucus, Honorable Veronica Kadisi Sebin, they talk on that interview day with parliamentary reporter Abdullah Bala. The program they continue, we just listen to Walkabout now and can continue the program.
Another morning again. Ate Wednesday man, ate Wednesday. Na poti na ndro mi attention ite Walkabout ite ite you waka then they stiff the bientemo. Na ate bobo you no go understand. Ate the kind way how the sun warm to na this country. Ate thing dry, you no go on dry. Ate la no come for the mind. 90% say Walkabout say you get points. It's because right now it's a woman water business. It's it's not the first thing this me don't see say water stuff you gonna pump you turn the head for let water come out after now just go come on now say we don't reach that side there. Now say you don't understand yeah. Now for the light you it's the lights though. It's the lights they say they pull me property they say about water. Now say Nate oh, ate this monia man, ate monia, ate look what you happy no, ate PPSL again at the battlefield man, ate PPSL at the battlefield. Na poti na tell me they say Walkabout. Then say Uncle Ladin for go, Nate bo, Uncle Ladin. I say Uncle Ladin the killer man, I for go bo. Uncle Ladin because of him power we don't get like go blow now bo. The other one we not organizing anymore. Not 9% drum is Walkabout consider ya. Is it not power but what original SLPP is not the first show. Not tell me what. At a commission of inquiry. Man they say they not they go but the lawyer they all they go represent. How about call this one? Me I tell about the sleep. Me not the honorable Walkabout.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue and we they take few message them we don't come inside the program. The first one what they take, they say what is the function of the IPCB in a case wherein a police officer's human right is infringed upon by a civilian.
This other message say it is clear that the bullets fired by the police caused the death. Was the bullet from the death shot recovered? If yes, then why is it difficult to identify the officer who shot?
This one also they say, Papa government, please strengthen the IPCB so as to curb police excesses across the country.
This other one they say the police has powers of arrest and also there have been situations where the police consider themselves as lords and in reality they think they should respond to the public with excessive force. Will there be any difference with the report from IPCB?
This one also they say, we the youth are very happy for this project in skills training, but please consider us in the chiefdoms.
This other one said the mere fact that some police officers belonging to the Salon police carry firearms make them appear fearful against the ordinary citizens. What is your recommendations to that?
The last one I take for now, they say there are so many crimes against humanity by the Salone police, but nothing has been done against the defaulting officers because they always have the protection of IPCB.
This one way me go take because of time as me find a message. He said the local unit commander that was suspended in my 91 by then for saying the truth on this issue. What is his current status? Well, from their message, and they will come over to the studio guest them. Will start with famous say from the IPCB because most of the message we come gets for do with the recommendation them where they don't make from the incident to be happen on 91 inside September 2018. You respond to people in concern.
Yeah, I will start with the last one where the person they asked on the position of the LUC we be in my 91 when that incident happened. Then are internal matters. If then treated unfairly, it can kindly complain at the IPCB. We'll look into that matter. But we know go tell the police say una send under, or no, we're not going to do that. We don't interfere with internal matters, except if somebody agrees, then you can IPCB. Then this policy say crimes against citizens by the police, where people know they look into it. I'm glad so much that Thomas Mondo even commend the IPCB for the good work they do and what they continue to do. And again, it highlights the challenges where the IPCB they go through. Yeah, I hope this person be listening to Thomas Moore. And one of the challenges where you talk about will not get the power for implement your recommendation. That's not a challenge. Or for get what we call the power for enforced compliance. Like who send we case to the report to IG and the DPP. We forget the power for enforced compliance. For example, when we say they don't send this report, so we forget a particular period of time whether for implementing. If they don't implement now, then we can shake that provision there for enforcing for let them do what they're supposed to do, but not get that power there. That's not a challenge. So if this person, I hope if you self can go to DPP and ask questions, you know, a citizen, what did that happen? So report to IPCB don't send. We don't send report. The previous DPP not take actions. We not get record of that now. Now IPCB for say if we don't take action, there is no record. Yeah, and they carry on firearms. Yes, we always say, you know, when you talk about 21st century policing, when you try for disperse crowd, you don't need for get gun at your hand. Except the people, this populace get gun, then you self can hold gun, but you get to look for other means for disperse for disperse crowd. Yeah, and now the bullets. This person talk about bullets. You get to talk about here. You talk about forensic capabilities. We not get them. Even the police, what they send to the neighbor, pinpoint the particular gun where discharge a firearm there. And there's 7 people who discharge the firearm, then gun there can chimber the bullet. There's 7 gun there can chimber the bullets. So what does this mean? Now that then 7 gun there can shoot that particular bullet the way the pathologist pull inside the abdo. You get me? So it's very difficult for IPCB pinpoint. So then we just waited someone say we call on the DPP for them get a standardized coroner's court. Right. Not a hard work one where something happened today they form one. No, Lord get a standardized one where if they look into unexplained deaths. Like we don't do these investigations. So we realize say the bullets, then 7 gun they can chimba that bullet, they won't able know the exact police officer who discharge a firearm among the 7 police officers. So therefore now the responsibility now of the coroner's court for look into that matter there, then we able get know exactly what happened. And then this last one, this person talk about functions of the IPCB when it comes to police right being violated. If police officer can complain to the IPCB, we go look into it. But again, if you can't complain to the IPCB, you the civilian, with the hope that for destroy the good image of that police officer, like what Thomas say, we the IPCB also believe say we get decent police officers, very professional police officers, right. And we go try for protect the integrity of the SAP as an institution, but to go run after the bad police officers.
All right, plenty thank you joining at the program this morning. Quickly, we come over to Thomas Conteh to wrap up the program. Whose advice or recommendation you left with the police and that of the DPP office, where according to FEMO, you don't say they not only implement some of the things them within they recommend to them.
Yeah, the Sierra Leone police now a very important institution, a country like we own, and that make we feel say we get a role for play for ensure that we support the leadership of the police. For men and live up to the expectations of the people by way of bringing out the issues there. All we talk here is not to against the police we day. We to try for make the correct things be done. We and the IGs talked the other day, and they are sure we of starting reforms where they try for bringing the Sierra Leone police. I want to remind them of their reforms and in the form of recommending again that let them continue, let them look at how they really admit people into the Sierra Leone police firstly. Then one big issue with the Sierra Leone police you get. The mode of intake, how do they take people in? What do I look for take people into the Sierra Leone police? The gangster they want, everybody on one side the Sierra Leone police, on people who are sober-minded, we get temperament, we cool. They also need for undertake series of training programs, then for the engaged and security personnel on a number of programs, they for the really strengthen them powers them for be professional. Right. They also need for look at the tendency, the possibility for take off firearms, as famous say. This is one recommendation. Now one thing is where the inspector general be say the other day will miss with them. That then will ensure that police do not get firearms. Right. And I want for appeal that recommendations will not be made by the IPCB be followed. We are going to follow with the new DPP. We want for congratulate him. We want for use this medium for congratulate him, but we are going to engage his office. Right. Let he wait for. If we expect you very soon,
thank you.
We are going to engage his again because they all two get things they for do based on this recommendation. We don't come from IPCB. All right. We are going to follow it through.
Thomas Conteh, Executive Director for Citizens Advocacy Network. Thank you for joining the program this morning.
Thank you.
And also to you, Amadou Femosisi, Information Officer, Communications Officer, na the Independent Police Complaints Board. Thank you, we can at the program this morning. And as to the wrap up the program, we just want to let you know the tickets and the out now for March 29, Radio Democracy, fundraising, dinner, dance, and the live band show. We go for being at Sierra Lighthouse. You can call 088 31 50 77 088 31 50 77 or Kana Radio Democracy Studio in New Englandville and get you tickets 500,000 leons and VIP 1 million leons. You can come over and get your tickets and join on for continue for support Radio Democracy. So till we meet again, we want for say plenty thank you to DJ Amado give technical support, Moses Cavro and team, and also the production team. So till we meet again, goodbye. Mabel Kabade say.
And me and Abdullah Bla, they say tata for now.